Let the inhalations and exhalations take a little bit longer. As you breathe in, feel your belly expand, and as you breathe out, feel your belly contract. As you inhale, your rib cage expands, and as you exhale, your rib cage contracts. Breathing in, your spine gets tall. And breathing out, your shoulders release. Notice the way the air is moving in and out through your nostrils. Is one side more open than the other? Can you feel the difference in the temperature of the air that you breathe in and that you breathe out? And can you let the inhalations get longer still? And the next time that you breathe in, when you get to the top of the inhalation, pause for a moment and then breathe in a little bit more before breathing out. And again, when you get to the top of your next inhalation, you're going to pause for a moment and then breathe in a little bit more and then breathe out. We'll continue to do this. So it's like 2 inhalations. It's a full inhalation and then a little more inhalation and then an exhalation. And you can do this at a slow speed, or if you'd like to speed it up a little bit, you can breathe in twice. And then when you breathe out, blow out through pursed lips like you're blowing out a candle. And again, the inhalation, you get to the top of the inhalation, pause, and then take in more. So it's like you're almost overfilling yourself. And then let go of that double inhale and go back to your natural breath. So the breath is moving in and out. Nice and slow. And you can let your eyes gently open when you're ready. And then we're just going to take the chin and bring the chin right down to the notch between your collarbones. So there's a little hollow in there. You can put your finger there and see if you can get your chin to touch your finger. You can even open your mouth when you get down here. And then raising your chin up. And again, bringing it down so you can open your mouth a little bit. See if you can tap your finger with your chin. And then come back up. Breathing in as you lift and breathing out as you lower. Just a couple more, just waking up all those little joints in the neck. And last one, bring your chin down, see if you can tap your finger with your chin. And then come back to neutral. You can release your hand, and we're going to look out over the right shoulder, just turning the neck and the head, and then turn and look out over the left. So we're just going to go from side to side, a really slow motion, no movement. And try not to turn your body. Try not to turn your shoulders and your waist. It's just the neck. And you might say, wow, I don't have a whole lot of range here in my neck, and that's okay. That's just something we're observing right now, right? So just noticing what the range is. The next time that your head comes back to center, we're just going to hold here and then drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And then come back up, nice and slow. Bring the left ear to the left shoulder. So if this is making you dizzy at all or a little bit kind of off balance, you can just pause and take a breath or so. Otherwise, just really slowly go from one shoulder to the other shoulder. And notice as you get your head to one side, is it easier? Do you feel like you can get your ear closer to your shoulder on one side than you can on the other? The next time you have your ear on your shoulder, doesn't matter which side, whatever side you're on is fine. We're just going to hold here. Breathing in, breathing out. So whatever side you're tilted to, you're going to take that hand and bring it up around your head and bring your hand to rest kind of near your ear and then relax your arm. So the weight of your arm is actually giving a little traction here for your neck. Take your other hand off your leg and let it hang down. So you might feel a little more of a stretch here with that hand kind of hanging down. Breathe in, breathe out. And then release that hand from your head. We're going to come back to the center for a moment. Notice if it feels longer on one side, if your neck feels longer on one side, and then we're going to tilt in the opposite direction. So whatever direction you were in before, now you're in the opposite direction. And then we're going to take the hand on that side, bring it up and over. So if you're tilting to the right, it's your right hand that's coming up. If you're tilting to the left, it's your left hand that's coming up. Breathing in, breathing out. Take the other hand off your thigh and let it just kind of hang down. Take some nice deep breaths in and out. See if you can feel that stretch. Some of us are going to feel it in the neck, up near the ear. Some of us will feel it kind of in the shoulder top. We might even feel it out into the outside of the shoulder or down into the arm a bit. Breathing in, breathing out. You're going to release your head, release your hand, come back to center. Take a moment and just notice what your neck feels like now. So now turn your head and look down to the right, all the way down to the right. And then you're going to turn your head and look all the way up and to the left. So breathing in and breathing out. Now see if you can do this without leaning, right? So the tendency is to lean to the right when we're turning to the right, and to maybe twist to the left when we're turning to the left. So see if you can make this just a neck movement. Inhaling and exhaling, it doesn't matter when you breathe in and out, as long as the breath stays smooth and round. In other words, you're not holding your breath, or you're not forcing your breath. And then bringing the head back to center, taking a moment here just to kind of get your balance again, and then we're going to turn and look down to the left, and up and to the right, and down and to the left. And continue inhaling and exhaling as you turn. Again, if you feel a little dizzy or this makes you feel a little spacey, you can just bring your head back to center. Sometimes tight neck muscles, when we start to stretch them, it can give you that kind of spacey feeling because you've been locked down in your neck muscles for a while. And then next time you come back to center, we're going to hold here. Good. Take a moment. Just notice what your neck feels like now. And then we're going to roll the shoulders up and around. And it doesn't matter which direction you go. So whatever direction feels comfortable for you. Some people like to go forward and then backwards. Other people like to go backwards and then forwards. Good. And then at some point you're going to switch the direction. So you're going in your second favorite direction. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. All right, and then let's bring the right shoulder up toward that right ear and bring the left shoulder down as far as it'll go. And then we're just going to switch and bring the left shoulder up toward the left ear, right shoulder down, and try not to tilt your body. So this is just about the shoulder movement. We're not leaning, right? We're just doing this shoulder movement. And again, So we're just going from side to side. Okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice if one side it feels easier, more comfortable to bring the shoulder up to the ear, and the other side not so much. Good. And just one more on each side. Great. And then both come down. Take a breather. Just take a couple of breaths in and out. Feel your neck and your shoulders now. And now we're going to take the right arm forward to just below shoulder height. So you got that, right? So we're going to go from here, we're going to sweep it back with the palm up behind us. So forward to shoulder height and then back. Got that? Good. So see if you can relax your neck, relax your jaw. Try not to bend your body when you're doing this. So we're getting the movement here in the shoulder joint, right? Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then we're going to take that hand, bring it back to the lap, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So left arm comes up and back and up and back. And notice you can go farther forward. You can lift higher when you go forward than you can when you go backwards, right? Anybody have the opposite of that? No? Good. Phew. Okay. Couple more times. All right. And then we're going to bring that hand back to the lap. So let's try both arms at the same time. So bring them up in front and then back behind you so your palms are lifted toward the ceiling. And as you're doing this, notice that the tendency is to lean forward, right? So we're going to try to not lean forward. We're just going to do this with the arms. So there's going to be a fair amount of shoulder work here this morning. So if you've got a sore shoulder, if you've got some limitation with your shoulder, just do the best you can. If something starts to feel a little wonky in there, you can just stop, maybe do one. And the next time that you bring your arms forward, I'm going to have you go higher. So go way up and then way down and all the way back. So we're going to coordinate the breathing with this. So inhale slowly as you come up and exhale slowly as you come down. And again, we're not leaning forward with the body, right? We're keeping the body up. We're trying to get all this movement in the shoulder joints. And they might be protesting. How about one more time? All the way up and all the way back. Good. Let's bring the hands back to the lap. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a couple of breaths in and out and just feel. Feel your shoulders, your arms, your neck. So things should be really kind of waking up right now. All right. And then you can open your eyes, and we're going to bring the arms up in front. So when you bring your arms up in front, I'm going to have you push through your fingertips and round through the upper back. So as you're pushing through your fingertips, you sort of round through your upper back like this. So it's not like this, right? It's just that upper back that we're feeling. And then keeping the arms level, we're going to pull back the shoulder blades. So you're squeezing the shoulder blades back here. So we're pushing forward and then we're pulling back. So I'll show you from the side. So pushing forward and pulling back. So we're trying to get some mobility right in those shoulder blade areas, right? So this is where a lot of us get stuck. And we tend to overcompensate with other parts of the body. So if I ask you to do this, you're going to want to do this. And if I ask you to do this, you're going to want to do that. So see if you can use just the shoulder blades. And you might be saying, there's nothing going on back there. There's no movement back there. And that is quite common, right? So we get very tight there. It can take a little bit of doing to get this undone. Okay, couple more. Small kind of movements. Breathing in, breathing out. Did I say that? Yeah, I would try that. And then relax that. Bring your hands back. Whew, take a moment. Feel your shoulder blades, right? A lot going on in the shoulder blade area. Let's kind of roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down a little bit. Okay, let's take we're going to do a little work for the elbows. So just bringing the hands down by your sides, we're just going to bend and tap, right? So we just get this bending and tapping, and just notice what your elbows feel like. Maybe they don't feel like anything. Maybe one elbow feels a little cranky. Maybe they both feel a little cranky. Let's take the elbows up. So we're going to bring the arms up to parallel with the floor. So now we're holding the elbows up here, right? And we're just tapping and breathing. Good. And then we're going to bring the elbows out to the sides. Good. Hopefully you got enough space around you with your neighbors. Good. And then we'll go back down so the elbows are down to the floor. Good. And then bring them up in front. Good. And out to the sides. Excellent. And then back down. Good. Couple here, and then we go up, in front, to the sides. Whoops. I'm going a little faster now. And then down, yeah. Just for 2, and then we go up. Oh, and then we go out. How about one more round, all the way down? Yep, breathe. And out to the front. And out to the sides. And the next time your hands come to your shoulders, hold here. Whew. Okay, get a little bit of a break. How about extending the right one, and then the left one, and the right one? So we're going back and forth this way. Good. Good. All right. And then we're going to bring the hands out in front. Good. Keep breathing, because I know you stopped. And then out to the sides again. There we go. Can you do it with your eyes closed? Go to the front. Go to the sides. Go to the front. Go to the sides. Oh, and then let's stop this nonsense. Put your hands on your lap. Roll your shoulders a couple of times. We're waking things up, you guys. Waking things up. Okay. Take your right hand out, and with your, you're going to lead with your thumb. Keep your hand a little lower than your shoulder, so that's key. So leading with your thumb, you're going to rotate the thumb down and around as much as you can. And then rotate the thumb up and out. So we're just doing this. Just watch your thumb. Get as far as you can. So we're getting some movement, some rotation into the wrist, up into the elbow, up into the shoulder. Those are the joints. And what we're doing with the bones, you got 2 bones in your lower arm, and they're rotating around each other a little bit here. So your elbow is actually has more movement than just a little hinge. Okay. And then let's relax that. Notice the difference between your right side and left side. Take your left arm out. Same thing. So keep the hand lower than your shoulder. And then using the thumb as the guide, we're going to rotate the thumb down and then out. And breathe. And what I want you to notice now is there a difference in the rotation of your right arm and your left arm? I have a big difference. I can really feel the difference. And notice where most of this rotation feels like it's coming from. So some of us might be feeling more rotation in the wrist, down here. Some of us might be feeling more rotation here in the shoulder. Is your arm creeping up? See if you can lower it down, because that's one way we recruit other muscles, right? We kind of start to tense things up. Okay, and then relax that. Whew. Noticing right arm and left arm. Roll the shoulders a couple of times. Okay, let's do a little bit more with the wrists. We're going to work our way down to the hands. So bring your right arm out, hand lower than your shoulder. Take your left hand and just pull back on your fingers. So you want to give yourself a good stretch here. Now make sure you get that little baby finger in there too. Don't forget him, but don't pull your thumb back. So just relax your thumb. And then give your elbow a very slight bend and feel how the stretch changes a bit. And then straighten your elbow. And breathe in and out, and we're just going to go between a little slight bend, like that much bend, and then full on straight. Right? So we're just inhaling, exhaling. We're pulling the stretch up into the upper arm when your elbow is straight, and we're getting it more into the wrist and lower arm when your elbow is bent. So which one feels like it's more intense for you? Straight. Okay, for those of you who feel it's more intense straight, I want you to hold your arms straight. For those who it's more intense when the elbow is bent, I want you to hold your elbow bent. So we're working in whichever gives you the most sensation, and breathe. So take some nice deep breaths in and out and see if you can stay with this sensation here. And it might get pretty intense, right? Okay, and then release that. Let's circle that wrist around a little bit. Maybe move the fingers a little bit. Good. All right, let's go to the other side. So left, we're going to bring the left hand out again. Hand is lower than your shoulder. Going to pull back on the fingers. Arm straight, and then a little bit of a bend. And go back and forth, breathing in, breathing out, just noticing, oh, on this side, maybe it's the same as the other side. Maybe you feel it when the elbow is bent on both arms. Maybe it's different on this side. So investigate which way gives you the most sensation, elbow bent or elbow straight. So whichever way provides the most sensation for you, I'm going to ask you to hold there. So if it's more intense when your elbow's bent, hang in there with the elbow bent. If it's more intense with the elbow straight, hang in there with the elbow straight. Breathing in and breathing out, nice and slow and steady. And see if you can relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, right? So that's the other thing we do. When something feels really intense, we tend to tense up parts of our bodies. And we all have favorite places to tense. Some of us like to clench. Some of us like to tense up our neck muscles, our shoulder muscles, feet, hands, face. Oh my God, the face holds a lot of tension. Wow. Okay, and then let that go. Whew, circle that wrist around a little bit. All right. All right, let's take the hands and we're going to extend all the fingers. So again, keep your shoulders nice and relaxed here. Your elbows are relaxed. So your fingers are in like a starfish position, right? So you get your baby finger and your thumb as far away as they can be from one another. And then we're going to make a little bear claw here. So you're just kind of scrunching the top parts of your fingers. And then we're going to go to a fist. And squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then go back to the starfish and a bear claw and a fist. And when you do these, so we're just going starfish, bear claw, fist. When you're doing this, like squeeze as much as you can without pain. So if you have some knuckles that really don't like that, then don't squeeze quite so hard. When you're extending, extend as far as you can. So bear claw, fist, starfish. Good. One more time. We're going to end up in a starfish. Everybody in a starfish. Breathing in and out through your nose if you can. Good. And then see if you can take your thumb and bring it over here to the pinky side of your hand. Right? So you're just taking your thumbs to the pinky side of your hand. There you go. Great. Notice the pinky is trying to help, right? The pinky's trying to get over there. Here, let me get really tight in there. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. All right. And now see if you can touch your thumb and your pinky, but keep the other three up. Keep them really lifted. And then extend. And again, breathe in, breathe out, thumb and pinky. We got that? No? Okay. And then let's try thumb and ring finger. And keep all the other ones up. Got that? Are you breathing? Too many things to do at once. And then thumb and middle finger. See if you can keep all those other fingers up. I can feel my shoulders. Yeah, get your shoulders down there. And then thumb and first finger. That should be a piece of cake, right? That's the one we use a lot. Okay, shake your hands out a little bit. All right. So put your hands on your lap, close your eyes. Notice what you feel in your hands and fingers. Your wrists, your forearms, your elbows, your shoulders. Oh my goodness. All the way up to your neck, your jaw. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it out with a sigh. Okay, we're going to take the right arm and we're going to bring the right arm back behind with the palm up, and we're going to bring the left arm forward. So you've got the right arm stretching as far back as you can, and the left arm is forward as best you can. Now you're going to turn your body in the direction of that right arm. So keep reaching back with your right arm, keep reaching forward with your left. You're twisting your body to the right, breathing in, breathing out. And then we're going to drop both arms as we bring the torso back to center. We're going to go to the other side. So left arm behind, right arm forward, and twist your body to the left. Now if you're leaning forward, I'm going to have you come up as best you can. It doesn't matter how far you twist. Breathe in, breathe out. And we're going to switch. So this is the movement, right? So we're just going from side to side, reaching out, not up with the arms. So if you're reaching your arm way up, I'm going to have you just reach out. I want your arms to get long, long, long. Breathe in, breathe out, going from side to side. This can be a lot. Now if this is too much, if your shoulders and arms are saying enough already, you can twist just your torso. You can just twist your torso from side to side like this. Right? So this is an option. If your arms have had it, giving them a little rest. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. Nice and slow. One more time on each side. Good. We're swimming, sort of. Yeah. And then come back to center. Good. Let's take the right arm. Sweep it behind your back. Now we've got that shoulder kind of warmed up, so we can bring the arm behind the back. See if you can look down and see your fingers on the left side. Can you wave to yourself? Nope. Okay. So wave anyway, even if you can't see them. Just give a little wave. And then take your left hand, grab hold of your fingers or your hand, maybe even your wrist back there. We're just going to pull it over a little bit more. So whatever you can do back there. I can't see, so I don't know what you're doing. So you're just kind of pulling that over a little bit here. And then you're going to turn and look out over your right shoulder. And as you're looking out over your right shoulder, you're going to lift and lower your chin like you're saying yes. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. And then bring your head back to center. See if you can pull your arm over a little bit more. Breathe in, breathe out. Turn your head to the right. Lift and lower your chin. Good. Excellent. Release that arm. Release your head back to center. We're going to take the arm up overhead. If you can, bend your elbow. Place your hand on your shoulder. Give yourself a little pat on the back over there. And then see if you can take your left hand. Give that right arm a little help up. Now, if you have the range available and you can get your arm up overhead, you can do that. For a lot of us, that's going to be really challenging. So this is fine. This is fine. We're just trying to get a little more stretch in through the triceps area. That's the muscles in the back part of that upper arm. Those are sometimes called the bat wings. Y'all know what the bat wings are? Yeah. These you're stretching your bat wings. And then we're going to lower that down. Whew. All right. Roll those shoulders. Notice that right arm. Does it feel different than the left? The shoulder, the arm, the whole side there. Take your left arm, sweep it around behind your back. Reach it over as far as you can. Look over there. Can you wave to yourself? A little more success on this side? Not so much. Mixed, right? Take your right hand now. Grab hold of fingers, hand, wrist, whatever you can get back there. Give it a really gentle tug over to the right. And then we're going to turn and look out over that left shoulder. We're going to do the yes movement here. So lifting and lowering the chin. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Head comes back to center. See if you can gently pull that arm over to the right a little bit more. Maybe you're as far as you can go, and that's okay. Are you twisting your body? Can you get both sitting bones to be nice and flat on the chair? Turn and look out over the left shoulder again. Lift and lower the chin. Breathe in, breathe out. Excellent. Head comes back to center. Release that arm. Bring it around to the front. Up overhead. Bend the elbow. Hand is on the shoulder. You can push here, or you can get the arm. If you can get the arm up overhead, you can do that. I'm just going to push here. Get the triceps, the bat wings on this side. A little bit of a stretch here, so you're just kind of pushing up. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath in and out. And then release. Excellent. Let's roll those shoulders again. So we got one more movement here with the shoulders, and then I promise we'll do something else. So you're going to take your right arm up and your left arm behind, and we're just going to try and reach the hands together behind your back, and then we're going to come up and do the same thing on the other side. So we're just going from side to side, right? Breathing in, breathing out. See if you can get all this movement up in your shoulders. Don't go so fast that you're kind of whipping your arms around. You want to go nice and slow. Breathe in, breathe out. Next time you have your right hand up and your left hand down. I'm going to ask you to hold here. Reach behind and see if you can grab your fingers. Right? Sometimes. And then if you're really flexible, see if you can grab your wrists. Anybody got elbows? Wow, that would be something, right? Good. See if you can get that right elbow lifted a little more. That's it. Yeah. Whew, and then release that, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, take that left hand, grab hold of the right fingers back there. Looks like you're doing it from here. If you can get your wrist. Elbow. If you can get your elbow, you need to go work for Cirque du Soleil. And then release all of that. Whoo-wee. Let's roll the shoulders one more time. Close your eyes for a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. Just notice your upper body, right? So we've worked everything from the sort of the chest and the upper back area all the way to the fingers, all the way up to the neck and the head. Just notice what sensations you're aware of. You might feel that you're a little warmer in those parts of your body. There might be some tingling. There might even be a little soreness. So maybe you're working parts or moving parts that you don't normally move. Take a nice breath in, let it out with a sigh. Let your eyes open. Good. All right, and then let's shift our focus down to the feet. Have a look at those feet. Look down there. And just notice what you observe here in your feet. So if you have your socks on, you're looking through your socks, right? And you're looking at what's going on. Do all your toes lie on the floor? Or do you have one or two or several toes that are crossing over one another? So see if you can press your big toes down into the floor. Just pressing the big toes down and then relaxing. And when you press your big toes down, we're going to press and relax, press and relax. When you're pressing your big toes down, I want you to notice what's happening in your legs. Can you feel your leg muscles activate when you do this? Yeah. You might even feel it up into the upper legs, right? Maybe even into the glutes. That's your bum. Okay. And then relax all of that. And I'm going to have you lift all your toes up. And as you're keep the knuckles on the floor, right? So just as a reference point, you have what I call the foot tripod. So you've got the heel, and then you've got the big toe knuckle and the little toe knuckle. So you're going to keep the tripods on the floor. You're just lifting the toes. Keep all of your little toes lifted and press just your big toes down. And then lift and lower the big toes. Breathe in, breathe out. So all the little toes are lifted up. And the big toes are just lowering down. Now, if it's helpful and you have the flexibility to reach down, you can reach down and hold all your little toes up as you press the big toes down. So that's just like a little, it's like a little prop to help the toes learn what to do. Especially if you've not done this before, if you've only done it a couple of times. And then lift all the toes, and now keep your big toes lifted and lower all your little toes. Right? So lift and lower all the little toes. Again, same thing. If you need, if you have the ability to lean forward and you'd like to hold your big toes as you press the little toes down and lift them, that can be helpful too. So again, it's like we're training the toes. You've been training your toes in shoes for however many years you've been wearing shoes, which I'm going to say is probably a few. And so you've trained those toes to kind of all operate as one unit as opposed to having some independence. And they really do have some independence. And now relax that, relax your feet. Take a breath in and out, because I know you were holding your breath on that one for sure. Okay, and now keeping all your little toes down, lift just your big toes and lower down again. Lift and lower, you got that, right? If you want, you can reach down, press into all your little toes as you lift the big toes. I don't want you to lift your big toes with your fingers though, because we're trying to condition the muscles there. And then holding the big toes down, we're lifting all the little toes. Got that? You should be feeling like all kinds of different parts of your foot working as you're doing this. Inhale and exhale. And some of this is mind over matter, right? So your brain doesn't know how to do this. So we got to teach the brain how to do this movement as well. Okay, and then relax that. Whew. Take a breath in and out. All right. Let's lift all the toes up. Press your big toes down. Press your baby toes down, but keep all your middle toes lifted. Yeah. And then relax. So if you feel a little cramp in your arch, just give it a minute. You know, you can kind of tap your foot out or whatever. Let's try that again. We're going to continue to do this a little bit. So lift all your toes, spread them out. Press those big toes down. Press the baby toes down, but keep all the middle toes lifted. And yeah, little assistance can help. So the assistance in this will be to hold all the middle toes up, not to press the other toes down. Remember, because we're trying to use the muscles. So if you want to assist, you're going to hold your middle toes up as you press the big toe and the baby toe down. And that itself is very hard to do. All right? They have a mind of their, I know, right? It's crazy. Good. Can we do that one more time? So lift all the toes, spread them out, press the big toes down, press the baby toes down. You can hold up those middle toes if you want. And you feel your middle toes fighting you, right? Yeah. And then relax all that. Take a breath. All right, who found that pretty easy? Nobody? Who found that like ridiculously hard? Yeah, yeah. It can be ridiculously hard because, first of all, you've had your feet in shoes. So again, like I said, they're conditioned to move all as one unit, not independently. The second thing is, if you've never done that movement or you've only done it a few times, maybe you've only do it here in this class and you never do it at home, you don't have the neural pathway from your brain to your foot to say, oh, that is available to me. Imagine, so take your hand, put your hand out, right? And spread your fingers nice and wide. And see if you can press your thumb and your baby finger down, but not the middle fingers. Easy. Your toes have the same capability. Your toes have the same sort of musculature in them to be able to do that. Take the other hand, try that. Thumb, baby finger. Easy. Yeah, because we do that all the time, right? So let's do this. Lift all your toes. Tripods on the floor, right? Hands in piano position, right? Okay, press your thumbs down and your big toes down. And lift. Thumbs and big toes down, and then lift. Thumbs and big toes, and lift. Got that? A little easier? Yeah. No? Yeah? I don't know. How about thumbs and baby fingers, big toes and baby toes? And lift. Too much too soon? Yeah? Okay. That's something to try, right? So again, part of this is physical. So we've got to get the muscles working in a way that they've not worked before. The other part of this is mental. We've got to realize that we have this capability. So when you're doing this at home, and I know you all will be doing this at home, when we're doing this at home, use your hands. Use your hands as to kind of instruct. Oh, this is what we do. You know, this is how we do this. All right. So let's take the right foot and we're going to bring it back a little bit and stretch the bottoms of the toes. So what we've been doing, creating some tension in the muscles in the bottom of the foot. we're just trying to stretch that out a little bit. And then go to the other side. So same thing, just kind of getting a little stretch. Now if you've got a little arthritis in your toes, especially that big toe, I know that big toe can be a little challenging. Don't want to push too hard and make it hurt. So go to the other side. However, I will say that more movement is often better than no movement. And back to the other side. Okay. And now just for fun, we're going to stretch the tops of the feet. So you're going to take your foot, turn it under, like you're pointing your toe, and then get the top of your foot on the floor and press down. Oh, that's a good one, right? Yeah, it hurts good, right? Hurts good. And then we'll go to the other side. So you have you have bigger muscles on the back of your leg and on the bottom of your foot, back of your leg, bottom of your foot, than you do on the top of your foot and front of your leg. So that's why this stretch feels so good in a hurtful kind of way. And then go the other side. Because it's outpowered, right? The front of your shin and the top of your foot is way overpowered by your calf and the bottom of your foot. But you kind of need that to walk and to stand. So it's all part of the design. All right, and then relax that. Let's get the ankle moving a little here. So circle that ankle around. Whichever one you want. If you have two, just choose one. And then go the other way. And then other foot. Do you always start on the same foot? Yeah, isn't that interesting, right? And then reverse. Good. All right, let's extend your right leg, and we're going to turn the foot in and out. Try to turn just the foot, though, not the whole leg. This is harder, right? So I'm going to lift my leg so you can see. So we're turning the foot in and out, and you can see there's just a little bit of movement here in my leg, but not way up to the hip. So we're just trying to get some movement in the ankle joint. Breathe. So when we're doing these really fine motor skill, fine movements like this, the tendency is to hold the breath. So we're just trying to see what kind of range do I have in my ankle, right? Am I overcompensating for lack of range in the ankle? Okay, relax that. We're going to go the other side. So here, just going to go in and out. So if we have tight ankles, when we walk, we need flexibility, mobility in the ankles. If we don't have that, what we do is we shift that responsibility upstream. So knee, ouch, hip, too much rotation. The ankle doesn't get any better, but we start to wear a little bit more on the joints in the knee and the hip. So ankle movement, ankle rotation is pretty important. Actually, it's very important. Okay. And then relax that. Come back in. Let's see what the range in the knee is. So let's just bend and extend the knee, nice and slow. If this is too much, if your leg is a little too heavy, you can do it like this, kind of tap. But if you can lift, that's going to build some strength in the quadriceps muscles. Those are the muscles in the front of your thigh, the front of the top of the leg. Good. Notice how far back you can go with your heel. Imagine you could kick the bottom of your chair. When you get back there, squeeze the muscles in the back of your leg. See if you can get your heel closer to the chair. Breathe in, breathe out. And then extend and see if you can really hold that extension. Toenails reaching toward your shin. Whew, press out through your heel. Feel how heavy that leg is getting now. Right? Wowie. Bend your knee, bring that foot to the floor. Excellent. Take a moment, just notice a little difference between the right side and left side, just with that movement. And then we'll do the left knee, so bending and extending. Again, just kind of feeling. Now if you have aftermarket parts in that knee, it might feel different than the other one. Right? So what range is available here? Next time you bend your knee, see if you can pull your heel really close to the bottom of your chair. Squeeze the muscles in the back of the leg a little bit more. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe in, breathe out. Forgot to say that. And then extend. Bring your toenails toward your shin. Holding here. Inhaling, exhaling. Whew, press out through the heel. That leg might be getting pretty heavy, right? Can you feel your back starting to do this? See if you can sit up nice and tall. Take one more breath. Whew. Relax and bend. Wow. Slide back so that your low back is right into the back of the chair. Now, some people will not touch the floor, and that's okay. So what we're going to do here is we're going to cross the legs. Let's cross the left over the right. Okay, so with your left crossed over your right and your back into the back of the chair, so you're sitting up sort of tall with an angle. How's that? Because the chairs are a little angled. Pull your belly in a little bit, and then we're going to extend the legs and bend and pull the legs back. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. We'll do this a few more times, right? So when you extend, I want you to fully extend, right? Fully extend. Great. And then relax your legs, cross the ankles the other way, and same thing, extend and bend, and notice if that feels weird, or maybe this feels good and the other way felt weird. So we all have a way that we like to cross our legs, cross our ankles. Couple more of these. Good. Okay, and then relax that. Uncross your ankles. Hang here for a moment. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to take the right leg, extend, and pull back on the left a little bit. And then switch. And switch. So really extend through that knee when you lift. I want you to bring that heel up as high as you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Oh, I hear some knees out there. Good. A little cracking. It's all right. Yep. Noise without pain is generally okay. So our bodies are noisy. You know, joints are noisy. Sometimes it's just a little tendon that snaps. Sometimes it's a little bit of gases in the joint that get released. So it's generally okay. How are we doing? Doing a lot of walking and not a lot of moving. Right? Couple more. Excellent. All right, relax all of that. Whew, those thighs have gotten a little bit of a workout. Come forward. Let's scoot over to the right side of the chair. We're going to do a little bit of work here for the hips. So first, let's work the ankle. We're going to turn toes and heel, bring it out, and then bring it in. So you stay facing forward, right? So you're still facing me. In other words, don't turn in your chair. You're going to be facing me. You bring your leg out and bring your leg in. How we doing? Everybody's not sure. That's all right. Okay, so when you get out, notice how far out you are. Just kind of take a little snapshot there, okay? So you're going to go from where you are now, which is your most extended out, and you're going to go halfway back to the center, right? So for most of us, that's going to be around 45 degrees. If I look at the angle of my knees and my pelvis here, it's about 45 degrees. And then we're going to rotate the knee in and rotate the knee out. And you can ride up on the inside of your foot and the outside of your foot. So the movement we're doing now is not for the ankle. Remember when we were moving just the ankle like this? So now we're getting this movement up into the hip. So you should feel a little movement there. If you don't, scoot yourself on your chair so that you can really get that movement. Okay, so the next time that your knee comes in, you're going to turn your body to the left. And then the next time that your knee comes out, you're going to turn your body to the right. Got that? So we're bringing the knee in and twisting to the left, and bringing the knee out and twisting to the right, and breathing in and breathing out as you're doing this. Right? So we're incorporating a little movement in the hip, little movement in the pelvis, the low back, the spine. Okay, next time you have your knee in, you're going to stay here with the knee in, bring your body back forward. Now with your knee in, you're going to twist right, and with your knee out, you're going to twist left. So you can hold on to your chair if you feel a little unstable, like you might slide off your chair, or you can bring your hands right up to your chest and twist. right? So bring the knee out. The knee is what's leading. Don't let the knee relax here. So we're really pulling the knee out as we twist to the left, pulling the knee in as we twist to the right, and breathing as you're doing this, right? It's like you're wringing out your body's like a sponge, right? You're just kind of wringing things out a little bit. Okay, coming back to sort of that center movement. Whew, scoot over to the left side, all the way over. All right, heel and toes, walk the foot out, walk the foot back. Walk it out and walk it back. So keeping your torso facing forward. Excellent. Next time you get out there, notice where you're at. Ask yourself, is this a wider angle than the other side? Or was the other side a wider angle than this side, right? So this is information. Tells us, oh, I have a little more outward rotation in my right hip or my left hip. So now you're going to go halfway between fully open and fully closed. And we're going to rotate the knee in and out, in and out. Us shorter people, we got to get closer to the edge of the chair. But it's dangerous because then we can fall off the chair, right? It's a catch-22. Okay, so we're going in and out. Next time your knee's in, you're going to hold here, and as your knee is in, you're going to twist to the right. Breathe in, breathe out. As you lift your knee and bring it out to the left, you're going to twist to the left. So nice big breaths in and out as you twist right and twist left. And remember, your knee is leading, so don't let your knee stop doing its job. You're going to pull the knee in as you twist to the right. You're going to pull the knee out as you twist to the left. Good. Excellent. All right, the next time that your knee is pulled in toward the other knee, come back to center with your body. We're going to do the reverse in the upper body now, right? So we were moving everything in one direction and everything in the other. Now we're going to move the lower body in one direction and the upper body in the opposite direction. So you can take your hands to your chest or you can hold onto your chair with the knee in. Pull that knee in. We're going to twist to the left, breathing in and out, and then pull the knee out and twist to the right. So we're twisting left and twisting right. Oh, notice where you feel this. Some people are going to feel it in the hips. Some people are going to feel it in the back. Some people are going to stop breathing. And then you laugh and you have to breathe, right? And that's the key. Good. Couple more. Excellent. And then let that all go. Whew. Come right back to center, kind of scoot to the center of your chair. Can we take the right leg and cross the ankle on top of the left knee? If the answer is no, you can cross your ankle on top of your ankle. That's okay. So whatever you can. So holding here, see if you can lean forward a little bit. So that means your left foot has to be on the floor right underneath your left knee. In other words, can't be kind of hanging out to the side. You want to have it right there. And if you're crossing at the ankle, same thing. You want that foot right there. Just going to come forward a little bit here. Now, as you come forward, we're kind of hinging from the hips. I want you to think about your body lifting up at a diagonal, right? So you're coming forward with your hips, but your body is lifting up. You should start to feel something in this right side. It could be in the hip or the glute, in the leg, in the knee. You could be feeling it in the, what is that? That's your lower leg. That's what that is. I did pretty good, right? For the whole hour here. That's not too bad. Okay, inhaling and exhaling. Can you come forward a little bit more? Ooh. Wowza. Tight hip this morning. And then come all the way up. Excellent. Let's uncross that leg. We're going to cross the other one. So if you can get ankle on knee, awesome. If you can get ankle on ankle, that's the way to go. So you're lifting up. You're going to hinge forward from your hips. See if you can get your torso nice and long and lifted as you come forward and feel that stretch in the outside of the left hip, the glutes. So your glutes, those are your butt muscles, right? So those are the big muscles in the back there that we sit on. Glutes are important for walking. They are the muscles in your hip that provide that forward motion, right? These glutes are made for walking. Come forward a little bit more. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Is it more intense on this side or less intense on this side? So, is it different on this side? And then come all the way up. Whew. Excellent. Let's uncross that leg. Bring your foot to the floor. Okay. Close your eyes. Relax your body. If that means sitting into the back of your chair, you can do that. If you want to stay right here on the front of your chair, you can do that. I'm going to go right back to the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. As you're inhaling and exhaling, just notice what you feel in your body. We've done all kinds of work. You've probably forgotten all about your shoulders at this point. See if you can come back to the shoulders and the neck and remember all those movements we did in the first half of this session today. It was all shoulders, all arms, neck, upper back. As you're inhaling and exhaling, do you feel maybe a little more movement in your upper body? Maybe your rib cage is better able to respond to the breath. Maybe your shoulders are more relaxed. And then shifting your awareness down into your lower body, so your toes, your feet, ankles, legs, knees, thighs, into your hips. So those were the parts of the body that we most recently moved and stretched and kind of became aware of. And as you deepen your breathing, can you feel movement in the right side of your body? Say from your right toes to your right shoulder. Can you feel movement in the left side of your body from your left toes to your left shoulder? Breathing in and out, feeling movement in the front of your body and in the back of your body. And then see if you can feel your whole body's response to your breath. As you breathe in and out, where do you expand and where do you contract? Take your hands up to your chest, take a deep breath in, let it out with a sigh. Let your eyes open if you'd like. Maybe just acknowledge all these wonderful people here in the room with us today. Good. Excellent. Enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you all in a couple of weeks. I won't be here for the next 2 weeks, so I'll see you in a couple of weeks.